My dear students, I welcome all of you for today's session on design and analysis of algorithms. In this session, let me discuss about one of the important and the efficient sorting algorithm based on divide and conquer strategy. It's purely based on divide and conquer strategy, and that sorting algorithm is merge sort. Why I said it's a pure divide and conquer strategy means there are both the phases divide as well as conquer. Okay, so coming to agenda of this session. Okay, first we'll have discussion about merge sort. Okay, means in merge sort, what is the method? Okay, what is the strategy? What is the methodology adapted by merge sort to sort a given array? Got it? You know about bubble sort, selection sort, right? Yeah. So their methodology is different in sorting. Got it? Similarly, the merge sort. I say, I tell you, merge sort is the fastest and efficient sorting algorithm. Okay. Uh, Clear. So it is based on divide and conquer strategy. So what are the steps we need to follow to sort and merge sort? We'll discuss. So I'll discuss solving merge sort. Okay, I will discuss sorting array. Okay, using merge sort through an example. Means I will take you an example of some n numbers. Say some 8 integers. Okay, I'll show you how merge sort is applicable on that array of 8 numbers. Means how we'll make use of merge sort to sort that array with 8 elements. Got it? So once we know the steps we follow in sorting that array, then we can represent the same in a computer machine understandable form. Means we can design an algorithm later. Got it? So first, in first session, in the first part, okay. First, I'll take you one example. That is, I'll take you an array of some 8 numbers. Okay, and I'll show you how to sort that array. Okay, using merge sort. So once you are familiar, okay, with solving a problem using merge sort, then you need to represent the same steps. Okay, so that machine can understand. Means you can design an algorithm. Clear? Then we will later. Okay, now I said the merge sort is purely a divide and conquer strategy. Okay, so first the phase. What is divide and conquer? What is the first phase of divide and conquer strategy? First, I need to check. Okay, problems instance is small or not. Problems instance is small means we have solution direct. If problems instance is large, what I need to do? I should divide that problem into 2 subproblems. Got it? Clear? Then I need to check whether the new 2 subproblems is with smaller instance. Suppose if the new 2 subproblems again is with larger instance, what I should do? Again, I need to divide these 2 subproblems into further subproblems. So this division process means dividing a problem into subproblems repeats until I'll get a subproblem with smaller instance. Clear? So in merge sort, okay, in sorting problem, okay, for one I'll say an array to be sorted is with a smaller instance. That is the question mark. I repeat, when we are going to call, when we are going to call an array Okay, to be sorted is with smaller instance. I repeat, when we are going to call an array, to be sorted is with a smaller instance. Okay, so in sorting problem, array is said to be a smaller instance. Array is said to be with the smaller instance. Got it? If that array contains only one element. I repeat, listen cautiously. We are going to call an array to be sorted is with a smaller instance if it is having only one element. Okay, suppose an array to be sorted is with more than one element. Okay, if array to be sorted is with more than one element, okay, then we call that array is with the larger instance. Means in that case, I need to divide an array into two subarrays. Clear? So after dividing array into two subarrays, you check again the subarrays with the smaller instance or not. Of subarray is the smaller instance. I mean in this case, array with one element, subarray with one element. Okay, then I have a solution. Means array with one element is always sorted, right? There are no more than one element. Only one element in an array means it is already sorted. So means in this case, what I'll do, I have given an array, right? What I'll do, that array I will keep dividing into, suppose in array if there are n elements, say 8 elements, okay? I will divide that array into 8 subarrays, each with one element. Got it? I mean, if there are 8 elements in an array, and that array to be sorted using merge sort, then I will divide that array into 8 subarrays. Got it? Each subarray with one element. Then I got 8 subarrays, all with one element. Means all those 8 arrays are sorted. All those 8 subarrays are sorted. So they are nothing but a solution. So next comes the merging phase. Okay, well, so I'll tell you how to merge. Here with this. So now, later I have the two. So I have solution for two subarrays. Means then how to merge those two sorted subarrays. We'll discuss that. Okay, clear? I mean 8 subarrays. Got it? All all 8 subarrays are sorted. Now I need to combine this 8 subarray solution into a single sorted array. There is a merging phase. For that, okay, I'll tell you through that example how to merge. Now I know how to merge also through an example. Then I can design an algorithm. So once we design an algorithm, let me analyze. Let me analyze. Got it? So after analysis part, okay, I'll take to analyze. I'll take an advantage of Master's theorem. I'll tell you later why I taken an advantage of Master's theorem, because it will be easier. So what I said, merge sort, okay, is a faster and efficient one. Got it? In terms of time, but this it's not a space efficient. Merge sort is not a space efficient. Means it takes more space, extra space. So what I said, if a sorting algorithm takes more space, extra space, then we call it to be not in place. Remember, right? Two properties sorting algorithm should satisfy: stable and in place. If I want to say in place, it should occupy only few extra memory. But merge sort occupies linearly extra storage, linear amount of extra storage. Got it? So we call merge sort not to be in place. We'll see that. Got it? So this is about agenda. Now, so merge sort. What actually merge sort? Okay. Merge sort, I said, is a perfect example of divide and conquer strategy. So now what I said, array with 8 elements need to be sorted. First, what I'll do, I will divide it into 2 offs, each of containing 4 elements. Okay. So now I need to know the index, mid index where I am dividing. Got it? So first I need to compute. See here, suppose initially the lower index will be 0, correct? Lower index will be what? 0. The higher index of the 8th element is 8. The index of 8th element now is 7. Got it? Lower index of an array with 8 elements is 0 and higher index is 7. Got it? So now where to divide? You find a mid portion. Mid is nothing but 0 plus 7. That is 7 by 2, 3 point something, approximately 3. So means now I have two offs. One off is a subarray with the range of indices starting from 0 through 3, because 3 is the mid. The second off is from 4 to 7. The next subarray means what is this 4? It's nothing but mid plus 1. Mid is 3, right? 3 plus 1 is 4. Clear? Now I got 2 offs, but again in each of these 2 offs, in the first off, lower index is for 0, higher index is 3. Clear? In the second off, lower index is 4, higher index is 7. So again, each of contains 4 elements, right? So those subarrays with a larger instance. So I need to repeat this division process. Okay, this process continues until we get an array with 1 element. So finally, when we have array with 1 element, they are sorted. I need to merge them. Clear? So let me have a look at an example. See here, there are how many elements? 8 elements. 8, 3, 2, 9, 7, 1, 5, 4. Clear? Look at the root node. Okay, there's a first level. There are 8 elements. Okay, and this represents an array. And this is an input array. I need to sort. So I'm not shown index variables. Okay, I am not shown like low I. Just think in your mind. So since there are 8 elements, I will start with index 0. Okay, so 8 is at index what? 0. 3 is at index 1. 2 is at index 2. 9 is at index 3. Similarly, the last element 4 is at index 7. Very clear, right? So I want to sort this using merge sort. So what I said, merge sort is a perfect divide and conquer strategy. First, it looks whether the given input array is with smaller instance. No, because in this array there are more than 1 element. So I should divide this into 2 subarrays, 2 subproblems. So now where to divide? But what index I should divide? So I should determine mid as in previous slide. See here, second point, what it says, it sorts a given array A of low through I. In general, okay, for initially low was 0, right? I was 7, correct? So, but in next cases, low and I may change. So in general, I have written low I. Okay, what I should do? I should divide. Let me take, don't get confused. I will explain through example. See here, at the first node, okay, initial array, low was 0, I was what? 7. So mid, low plus I, 0 plus 7 by 2 is 3. So where I should divide? At index 3. So the elements at indices 0 to 3 is one part, correct? Indices 0 to 3, one part. Means that is the left node of second level. Left node of second level. So 8 is at index 0, 3 is at index 1, 2 is at index 2, 9 is at index 3. So in this first top, what is low? 0. What is I? 3. Clear? So low was 0, I was 3. No. In the second top, okay, what is an index of 7? That is from where I divided? After index 3, right? That is after index 3, 4 to 7. So I mean, in the second top, the element 7 was at index 4, right? 1 is at index 5, 5 is at index 6, 4 is at index 7. So got it? So in the second top, okay, low value is what? 4. High value is 7. I repeat, be cautious. In the second top, low is 4. High is 7. Clear? So clear with this? Again, I repeat, initially when at the first level node, low is 0, I is 7. Clear? Now this got divided into two ops. In the first op, okay, that is the left node of the root node. Got it? Low is 0, I is 3. That is index of element 9. Okay, in the second right node of the first root node, okay, that is the second op, the first element is 7, right? What is an index of that? Just nothing but 4. Means in the second op, low is 4. Clear? And what about index of element 4? That's the last element. That is 7. Got it? So in general, now look at this point. What I have written, second point, it sorts a given array. In general, A of low to I by dividing into two ops. A of low to mid, that is 0 to 3 range is one subarray. Then 3 plus 1, that is 4 to 7, that is second sub, right? Clear? So now at the second level, we got two instances. Two sub problems. At the second level, we got two sub problems. Again, these two sub problems with the same with the 4 elements each. Means these two sub problems with large instance. Is with large instance. So I should divide them again into two sub problems. Clear? I need to divide into two sub problems. So what to divide? Let me say, listen. Look at the second level. Left node, that is with 4 elements, 8, 3, 2, 9. What is low? 0. What is high? 3. 0 plus 3 by 2 is nothing but 1. 1 is the mid now. So again, two offs. Elements at indices 0 to 1, that is 8 and 3, 1 off. Elements at indices 2 to 3, that is the elements 2 and 9, the second off. Got it? Clearly, for a second subarray of a second level, that is 4 element array with 4 elements, 7, 1, 5, 4. Low was 4, right? I was 7. 7 plus 4, listen cautiously. At the second level, second node, that is the right node of the root node, there are 4 elements, 7, 1, 5, 4. Lower index is what? Index of 7 is 4. Index of 4 is 7. So this low is 4, I is 7. So mid is 7 plus 4, 11. By 2, 5. Got it? By 2 is nothing but 5, right? 11 by 2 is 5. So this gets divided into two sub problems. Okay, with the indices. Okay, with the 2 elements each. And in the first of the elements, 2 elements are from the indices 4 to 5. Whereas the second of consists two elements which are at indices 6 to 7. Clear? So I think you're clear with this division phase. Okay. Similarly, again, at level 3, we got 4 subarrays. Okay, each with 2 elements. So we can't call this to be a smaller instance. Got it? I mean, at level 3, there are 4 subarrays, each with 2 elements. So its problem is with not a smaller instance, it's with a large instance. So I should divide further. So this division process happens, and at the last, I will get 8 subarrays. 8 subarrays, each subarray containing only one element. Clear? So clear with this, at the last level, you can see 8 subarrays, all with one element. So when I say, if you're asked to sort an array with one element, what you're going to say? Sir, the input itself is an output, sir. Because input contains one element, means it's already sorted. Got it? Clear? Clear? So at the last level, okay, 8 subarrays, all with one elements, are nothing but solutions of 8 subproblems. Now what the next phase of merge sort says? Combine. Merge this 8 subarrays into one single array. Got it? But merging at a time will merge 2 solutions. Got it? We'll see that later. So algorithm and simple, I'll tell you. So first thing what I said, look at the first statement. If low less than I. Okay. If low less than I means at least it says, see, index low is less than index I means in array there are at least more than one element. It's very clear. If more than one element means what I should do? If low is less than I means more than one element. So I should divide, right? So first compute mid. Okay. So after computing mid, what I will do? First off, I need to solve. Again, second off, I need to solve. First off, okay, see, a merge sort. A low comma up to mid is the first off. Next, merge sort. A comma after mid, that is mid plus 1 to I is the second off. Clear? So this is about dividing the problem into sub problems. Okay, and you know, right, it's a recurrence relation. Recurrence means you know, right, invoking itself. So initially I have invoked merge sort, okay, by passing array with all elements. Okay, well, at the first statement, what it checks whether that array with one element or not. Since low less than I, more than one element, point them it, divide into 2 offs, invoke the same algorithm for those 2 offs. Finally, we'll get a solution. That is merge. Last statement. I'll tell you that. Clear? So now coming to merge. It's very important. Understand it. Okay. So what we need to do, merge means, okay. So first, I look at first level now. There are 8 nodes. I mean 8 subarrays, all with one element. They are the solution. So I need to combine. So first, in the second level, there's nothing but 2 subarrays in the first levels have been combined. Okay. So combining means it's very easy, but you need to analyze. So first case, okay, 8 2 subarrays of one element, that is 8, and the other array with 3. Now I'm combining. Now while combining, what I'll do, I should get a sorted one. So 3 should come before 8. So 3 8. So next, 2 subarrays of one element each. One array with 2, the other array with 9. So when I sort, I will get 2 9. Similarly, 7 array with 7 and array with 1. One merge, I'll get a single array 1 7. Then when I combine array with one element 5 and array with element 4, I'll get 4 5. Got it? Means second level now, what you're observing, is nothing but, okay, a solution. There's nothing but a sorted error, right? In this observe, it's all sorted. Got it? In all the levels, what the node you're looking, right? In all the levels, okay, I repeat, in all the levels, what the nodes you are weaving, okay, seeing, okay, they are the sorted solutions. Got it? So 3, 8, of course, 2, 9, 1, 7, 4, 5 sorted. So next, for the third level solution, okay, I need to combine solutions of two subarrays in the previous level. So 3, 8, that's one array, 2, 9, the other array. When I combine, I'll get 2, 3, 8, 9. Similarly, the two arrays, one array with two elements, 1 and 7. The other array with two elements, 4 and 5. When I combine, okay, I'll get solution array 1, 4, 5, 7. Clear? So next, in the third level, I have two nodes, two solutions of two subarrays. Got it? So again, I will merge this. So when I merge, I will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Got it? So this is merging. So in order to merge the array, what you're going to merge, right? They should have been sorted. Means they once you have solution for subproblems, you're merging the solutions of those two subproblems. Got it? Let me come back to previous slide. Okay. See here, look at the second level. Second level, okay. The left node of root node is 8329. It's unsorted, right? 8329, it's unsorted. Similarly, the right node 7154, it's an unsorted. Clear? So now we see here at the last second level, we got there to be sorted. See here, it was 8329. It was 8329. Now what I got? 2389. Sort. So they are the solutions for those two subproblems. When I combine the solutions of those two subproblems, I'll get the solution for main problem. Now, very important is how merging. Now, coding for Mersat, I told dividing is very easy. Mid, I need to determine up to mid one off, after mid next off. Again, invoke those offs with the same algorithm. Got it? Like this. So initially, algorithm Mersat with low I invoke. Got it? So in this if statement, I'll find mid and I'll invoke Mersat, the same algorithm for first off, low to mid, next off, mid plus 1 to I. Then I got a solution for those two subproblems. Then I should merge. Okay, yeah. So look at the last statement in if block. Merge A, comma, low, comma, mid, comma, I. Means there are three indices here. Low, mid, I. I'll tell you. What are those? Okay. Now I need to code an algorithm, right? I need to design an algorithm. So now just listen carefully. Have a cautious look at the last second level. Okay. Last second level. Got it? So in last second level, there are two subarrays, each with 4 elements. Now, what is that I means? I points to first element of the first sorted subarray, that is 2 in this. And there are 3 indices I'm going to use. Okay, let me see what. Okay, I will make point to first element. I will make point to first element of first sorted array, that is 2. J I will make the point to first element of second sorted array. J I will make the point to first element of second sorted array, that is 1. Then K I will point to initially the see that last node, which can last level, that is the final solution. Initially it was empty. K will be pointing to first location when it was empty. Now what I'll do, I is pointing to first element of first sorted array, J is pointing to first element of second sorted array. So now I need to compare the element pointed by I and J, whichever is lower, whether the element pointed by I or the element pointed at J, whichever is lower, I should get to result the final array. Should get at K. Okay. Next, what I should do, which element, if element at I have brought to final solution, okay, if element pointed by I brought to final solution at position pointed by K, next I should move I to the next position, K to next position, retain J as it is. Okay, clear? So this process should be done. This comparison of elements pointed by I and J, which are smaller, get it to K in the final solution, at position K in the final solution. Got it? Then increment I, make I to I or J. Okay, depends on which element I copied to final solution. Okay, to point to next element, and K to point to next element. This process should be done. And when one of the subarray becomes empty, got it? So the left out elements of the other sorted array should be appended at end of final solution array. Got it? So this is the concept, and this concept should be implemented in algorithm. See here, see the same thing what I said in while loop. Okay, if A of I less than or equal to A of J, means element pointed by I. Okay, element pointed by I found to be small. Then what I will do, this ith element I will copy to the final array index K. Then I will increment I by 1. Suppose if A of I less than or equal to A of J, condition fails, means which element is smaller? Element pointed by J. So I will copy the element at J in second sorted array to the position K in the final subarray. So element at J has been copied, so J points to the next element. So K, once it gets an element to its position, it should point to next free position. So this process. Got it? So next. Okay, now next what I said, if I greater than mid, suppose in case this see, this loop control will come out of this loop. Okay, when one of the two subarrays becomes empty. See, I repeat, control comes out of this while loop. Control comes out of this while loop when one of the two sorted subarrays, which are about to merge, becomes empty. One of the two sorted subarrays becomes empty. So if I greater than mid means I greater than mid, see, I is a pointer in first subarray. Clear? So in first subarray, indices are from 0 to mid. Now if I is greater than mid means now this array has become empty. Got it? So when first subarray has become empty, what I should do? I should copy the elements in the second remaining elements of second subarrays, second sorted subarray, that is from J to IR index to final sorted array. Else part means second sorted array subarray has become empty. So copy the remaining elements of first sorted subarray. First sorted. Copy the remaining elements of first sorted subarray to final. So here I've used auxiliary array B to store sorted array elements temporarily. So finally I will copy it to A. This is small sort. Okay. So B is an array which occupies same space as of A. Extra space B as consumed. Extra space B as consumed is same as memory of. So it's not in place. So now coming to analysis part, okay, lagging in time, a bit quick, okay. So now think of Master's theorem. So when listen, if array has only one element, do we need to divide it into subproblems? No. Array with one element is already sorted. No need to divide, no need of comparison, anything. So initial condition, if n equals to 1, array with one element, what is basic count, operation count, C of n is nothing but 0. Clear? So if n greater than 1, what I will do? I will divide that problem into two subproblems. Divide that into two ops, right? So initially 8 elements were there. That I have divided into two ops, each with 4 elements. I need to consider the time for sorting those two subarrays, right? So C of n by 2 represents time for one sorted subarray, or for sorting one subarray. So for sorting two subarrays, 2 C of n by 2. Okay, and then because it got 2 C of n by 2 means it got divided into two ops. Then merge. Total how many elements I need to merge? 4 elements. Look at the last second level. 4 elements from left subarray, 4 elements from right subarray. Totally 8 elements to be merged. So C merge of n. Okay, now clear with this recurrence relation. Got it. So usually one thing I need to tell you, in merge, you just take an example, various example, and try to merge. Okay, just take two or more two sorted arrays. Okay, try to merge with 1 or 3 examples. You will see that while merging, there won't be n-1 there won't be more than n-1 comparisons. Means it won't exceed n-1 comparisons. Got it? Maximum n-1 comparison in case of merge. So merge maximum means upper bound. So for merging, okay, what I'll say, C merge of n is nothing but big O of n. Big O of n means what? Linear. Got it? So now take an advantage of Master's theorem. Now we know what is A, 2. What is B, 2. Got it? So what is D? Because it's a C merge of n is linear, big O of n, D is 1. So what is the relation between A and B power D? A and B power D is nothing but same. So I've shown in Master's theorem, second case, A equals to B power D means, second case I need to consider, what is C of n is big O of n log n. Yeah, why I will choose on big O? Because in Master theorem I taught big theta. Because here big O, because merging phase, it's an upper bound, not more than n-1 comparisons. Got it? So I mean to say merge sort is n log n. So when I say about the worst case, okay, maximum n-1 comparison, right? In worst case, this is the best example. You just try solving yourself. While I copy one of the array element from these two sorted arrays, right? First one element from one array will be copied. Next element will be from other array. This repeats. So n-1 comparison must. So here big theta of n log n. Got it? So just to analyze. At each time, one element of each array will be copied. Got it? So here big theta of n log n in worst case. So drawback I said is not an in place. This is about today's session. Thank you for listening.